Hello everyone! Today I have a very exciting offer for you. I'm giving you a completely free ticket for time travel. Destination? Earth, 100 million years ago. Sounds amazing, right? Well, hold on a second. Before you accept, there are a few things you should know. No smartphones, no internet, no air conditioning, no bubble tea, no food delivery apps, and most importantly, you are the food. That's right. In the Cretaceous Period, if a dinosaur looks at you with a warm and friendly expression, there's a good chance it's simply deciding whether to eat you head first or feet first. Welcome to the Cretaceous Period, the final and most glorious chapter of the Age of Dinosaurs. A world where humans wouldn't stand a chance. The Cretaceous Period began around 145 million years ago and ended about 66 million years ago. At this time, the supercontinent Pangaea was breaking apart into separate land masses. In simple terms, Earth was in the middle of a massive moving out and living separately phase. The continents slowly drifted toward positions similar to the ones we know today. Sea levels were much higher than they are now. If you could transport one of our modern cities back to that time, it would probably be underwater. And the climate? Hot! Very hot! So hot that there was almost no permanent ice at the poles. Antarctica, which is now covered in snow and ice, looked more like a lush green forest. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Now I want to tell you about something even more important than dinosaurs. Age. Flowers. Yes, flowers. I know what you're thinking. You're watching a dinosaur documentary, not a gardening channel. But trust me, this was one of the biggest revolutions in the history of life on Earth. Before this, the world was fairly monotonous. Conifers everywhere, ferns everywhere. Green, green, and more green. Then flowering plants appeared. Suddenly, Earth received a major visual upgrade. The world became more colorful, more fragrant, more beautiful. And of course, insects arrived in massive numbers. Like shoppers rushing into a huge sale. Bees appeared. Butterflies appeared. Ants became increasingly successful. An entirely new ecosystem was born. While giant dinosaurs ruled the planet, a group of tiny creatures quietly struggled to survive. They were about the size of mice, mostly active at night, hidden beneath vegetation. Almost nobody would have paid attention to them. If this were a Hollywood movie, they'd probably be background extras. But here's the twist. Those tiny creatures became the ancestors of every modern mammal. Dogs, cats, elephants, monkeys, and even you, watching this video right now. Sometimes history likes to place its biggest bets on the least likely candidates. But let's be honest, we all know why you clicked on this video. Dinosaurs! Let's start with Argentinosaurus, a creature so enormous that it's difficult to comprehend. Nearly 40 meters long, weighing around 80 tons. If it decided to lie down in the middle of a road, Google Maps would probably have to calculate a detour. Every step sent vibrations through the ground. You could probably feel it coming long before you actually saw it. And once you did see it, you might wish you hadn't. If Argentinosaurus was a walking apartment building, then Triceratops was a biological tank. 3 massive horns, a huge armored frill protecting its neck, a muscular and powerful body. This was the kind of animal that made predators think twice before starting trouble. Because some meals don't just fight back, they fight back hard. And now we come to the dinosaur that Hollywood exaggerated the most, Velociraptor. If you've always imagined it as a human-sized monster from the movies, I'm sorry to tell you this. You were fooled. In reality, it was only about the size of a large turkey. But don't laugh. Because many of life's biggest problems don't come from the biggest creatures. They come from the smartest ones. Velociraptors were fast, agile, intelligent, and armed with a deadly sickle-shaped claw. They were less like giant monsters and more like a highly trained special forces team. And finally, the king of kings, Tyrannosaurus Rex, a celebrity so famous that even people who know nothing about dinosaurs recognize the name. About 12 meters long, weighing roughly 8 tons, equipped with jaws powerful enough to crush bone. If other predators used knives, T-Rex used a hydraulic press. It had excellent eyesight, excellent hearing, an incredible sense of smell, and it was an extremely effective predator. To put it simply, if a T-Rex decided that you were tonight's dinner, your best plan would be to hope it suddenly changed its menu.